So hello everyone, thank you for coming. I'm Oussama Chakri, solution architect at ClickHouse. So based in Paris, supporting our main customers in the EMEA region. So I'm really happy to come back to Ghent. So I had a family here. I used to visit this city as a student, so it's my first time as a worker. I think I will spend more money this time. So for this presentation, I will do some quick introduction. I will speak about the self-managed and the cloud deployments and list some nice cloud features. And if I have some time, I speak about how we can modernize the observability with ClickHouse. So for the quick introduction, rather than I describe ClickHouse as an open source columnar OLAP database that is designed for this real-time analytics of massive or large data, volume of data, I prefer to describe it as a solution that can scale customers' analytic database from a few gigabytes of data to really petabytes, mini petabytes of data with keeping this millisecond of query performance. So I love this leitmotif because most of migration to ClickHouse happen when the customer either cannot scale at all or scale with losing this query performance. So with ClickHouse, you can scale with self-managed, and you can scale also easily with the cloud. But I want to clarify really one thing, that's in ClickHouse, we commit to keep the same SQL engine, both for the self-managed and the cloud deployment, to really give this opportunity and the freedom to the customer to switch from one to the other without any issue. So as an open source distributed solution, we can install ClickHouse in our servers, we can create a cluster, but the main problem that we have as a feedback from users of self-managed, it's managing the infrastructure take a lot of time. So that's why this time you can use it for your business. That's why we create our cloud offer to give you this opportunity to really set up quickly a service. So a service can be set up in a minute. You can try it yourself. I tried it yesterday. So in a minute, you can really create your query, create your table, and start your business. And also, we fully manage the service. We manage also the zookeeper, and we manage the infrastructure. We manage for you, and we have the maintenance for you, and we manage the upgrade also for you. But the main difference between self-managed and the cloud is this. In the cloud version, we separate the compute and the storage. So for the storage, we have this S3 object store that gives you this unlimited storage, and we build on top of it this Kubernetes operator that gives you this flexibility to scale horizontally or vertically very, very easy. And of course, also in the ClickHouse Cloud, we add this ClickPipe. It's our integration tool that ingests your data to ClickHouse as simple as clicking in a few buttons. Of course, also we build this secure and cloud standard compliance products for the cloud. And the cherry on top is this user-friendly interface that you can manage your users, manage your service, your backup, and also you can monitor your service and your billing. So we are available in the main clouds. So we are available in AWS, in Google, in Azure, and also in Alibaba. And we start the third option of deployment that's called Bring Your Our Cloud, or BYUC for short. And we started as in AWS, so it's in the private preview on AWS, but it will be GA in a few weeks. So the purpose of the BYUC VPC is that we separate the control plane and data plane. So we install the data plane in your VPC. So we will set up the compute and we will set up the storage in your VPC, and we always send the monitoring data to manage your service for your control plane. So in this way, we ensure that the data will never leave your VPC. And it fits very well with some users that have this data protection or that negotiate very well their resources with the cloud provider. So ClickHouse database is very cool, but our mission in ClickHouse is to build some nice features on top of it for the cloud. So one of the coolest features that we have is this compute separation. So at first level, we separate the compute and the storage, and now we will separate the computes to isolate the workload. So for example, for the same shared object store, you can have a service for a gestion and the service for the reporting without impacting each other. So it's a really nice feature that the customer that tried is loving it, and they use it very, very much. So. And also the engineering, speaking about the cache, the engineering also work on separate this distributed cache from our compute node. So it means that you will not need to repopulate or rewarm your nodes after starts or restarts. And it means also that your first query will be always quick. So we are working on it. It's in the R&D. Another one that we are working on it is the stateless worker. So now when you insert data in your compute node, you will have some merge or some background operation that you will take some resources from the compute node. And these resources may impact your workload. So we are working to separate this process, merge and mutation in some stateless worker to keep your compute node for only your workload and use cases. So for my second part of this presentation, speaking about the use cases, we'll speak about how we can modernize the observability in ClickHouse. So in the recent year, we see that the observability tools generate a lot of data. So we are speaking about petabytes every time in these use cases. And in the market of the observability, the customers are facing this dilemma between solutions that are in the real time, that have this real time capability, but they don't have this, they struggle with this large data sets. Or, on the other hand, we have also some solution that handle large data, but sacrifice this real time. That's why ClickHouse become an obvious solution, because they combine this scalability and this real time. And as Pascal said, we are definitely not an end-to-end or a platform for the observability, but we can really build a strong ecosystem around ClickHouse to challenge the TCO and the performance. And we did the exercise ourselves, so we moved our Datadog data, so it's 19 petabytes from Datadog to ClickHouse plus Grafana, and we see that we really save our money, we have a better performance, and also we remove this retention period of Datadog. So, and we really write a good blog on it in details if you want to have more details in this migration. So, saying that, we can ask ourselves why ClickHouse fits very well with this observability use case. So the first reason is that the ClickHouse has this column-oriented storage. So each column is stored in the separate file. So when we store each column in the separate file, and when we have an analytics query, we can really reduce our disk I/O if we read only these columns from a big table. Also, the second argument is that we have a high compression ratio. As we store the same data type in one file, so it's really easy to compress this data. And even better, in the observability use case, we see that we have some columns with really low cardinalities, so we can really compress very better than some general use cases. For example, a general use case, you have 10x, and for the observability, we can have like 13x for saving the storage and speed up the query. Also, we have the sorting key to read the relevant data by default, but we can have like some really good indexes on top of it for the other columns, like a Bloom filter or min-max columns to really find quickly the data. For the fourth one is like the vectorized query engine that gives you this opportunity to handle the data on the batch. And with the CMD instruction, we can have really quick aggregation with ClickHouse, and that's why ClickHouse is very, very fast. Of course, we speak about this ClickHouse Cloud scalability, so you can scale easily both vertically and horizontally without any problem, and it's ideal for this observability use case and workload to have like high ingestion rates and speed up your query. By adding just one node, you can improve also linearly your performance. And the last one, the new one, is our new JSON data type. So this new JSON data type is really a game changer for ClickHouse, because you can send your event without really predefined schema. And we rebuild this data type as previously we had like an objects data type, but now we have this new JSON data type that we make as column-oriented storage to benefit really from the advantage of the compression ratio and the vectorized query. So the JSON data type now behave as a classical data type in ClickHouse and save this performance also in the JSON. So I will end by some performance guide with, for example, a single ClickHouse instance, 32 CPU cores with 128 giga of RAM. We can handle 20 billion log per day. And with the OpenTelemetry collector exporter, we can process 3.4 billion log per day per CPU. So I will let you do in some maths to have your configuration that you want, knowing that adding some nodes will increase the processing and the capability linearly. So to wrap up my presentation, if you choose like ClickHouse Cloud, you will choose a solution with a simplified and cost-effective data architecture, with all, of course, the unlimited scale, concurrency, and performance. We have by default this trust and the secure, and you will unify your streaming and historical data in one database. You are on time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.